When it comes to Atomy, there are so many products that we could explain. When we share Atomy, it's better for us to share them a key points. And when it comes to key points, if you memorize those numbers, people usually get wowed with the numbers. When we share Hemohim, when I share Hemohim, sometimes I say, "Oh, our Hemohim compared to any other immune boosting, mushroom or red Hongsamdan, the red ginseng, Hemohim is 17 times better in terms of boosting immune system." People memorize the number 7 times better. Oh, then it must be good. So yes, there are so many ways we can introduce Atomy product, but there is an effective way we can make them curious to purchase Atomy product. And especially this stage, the interest for the pomegranate beauty, it's getting higher. And I thought it was only for ladies. There are so many gentlemen also interested in purchasing this product. What's the key about our Atomy pomegranate beauty? Yes, this pomegranate is coming from Turkey, but when I mentioned Turkey, not many people were interested in the fact. But when I mentioned, just taking 2 of this, it's equal to drinking 800 grams of pomegranate juice. When I mentioned it, that's when people start calculating. Really, just 2 of this equal to 800 grams of pomegranate juice? Oh, better to take this. Because when we first introduced at the pomegranate, people usually ask how much, and I say $90. Some people, that's kind of a bit expensive. Maybe I can just buy the pomegranate and just eat it. But I say the result will be different because this is a concentrated. And how much concentrated? 2 sachet equal to 800 grams. Can you drink 800 grams of pomegranate juice every day? Most people says, "Oh, no way. I cannot afford it." See, then $90 is a very affordable price. And not only comparing 800 grams of pomegranate juice, in terms of ellagic acid, that's a key factor in terms of pomegranate, like why we're taking it. There is an ellagic acid, and this is 26 times more, right? 26 times more of ellagic acid than any other the pomegranate the product that we are going to consume. When you visit our Atomy online shopping mall, what is the main information does it show? It shows that it moisturizes the skin and it reduces the menopause symptoms. That's the only 2 information it shows. But when you go to other search engines, it will also say so many different things about the benefit of taking pomegranate juice or pomegranate product. There are so many, but I just found something like common that most people will understand. Reduces inflammation, fights cancer. This one fights cancer and speed recovery. When I was reading the explanation for the speed recovery, they actually tested with the weightlifters. People working out. So weightlifters who are exercising regularly for a certain number of hours. And when they have a muscle sores, which means they cannot really practice for the next session. But when they consume, right, pomegranate, what will happen? It will help them to accelerate, cover fast with their muscle sores, so they can go for the next session without any issues. And improves memory. Yes, that's one thing that everybody's looking for. Besides pomegranate, we all already know Atomy Hongsamdan is also good for the improved memory. Okay? So if you're not gonna take those supplements, we also have another options, right? This improved memory and lower blood pressure. I know many people are concerning with their blood pressure levels. We have options. Pomegranate not only working for moisturizing your skin and the people who's going through the menopause symptoms, people also who has a blood pressure issue, you can also help them. And fights of infection, people who has ulcers, hemorrhoid, all those infections having in your body, you can really calm down. See, reduces inflammation. So fights of infections. Ellagic acid can also help it down. And beside the ellagic acid, they have flavonoid that also it helps to reduce the infections in the body. Right. So this is one great product that we can introduce. And people who having a hard time taking red ginseng and Hemohim, yes, we cannot compare. Right? We cannot compare pomegranate with the Hemohim. The function-wise, it's all different. But I usually tell them better than not taking anything. So if you cannot tolerate the taste of red ginseng or Atomy Hemohim, even at least give it a try with the pomegranate jelly. because this one is very tasty. Right? Very, very tasty. And when it comes to Porty, also, we need to empathize on the numbers of 34 because people are smart these days. So as soon as you introduce a product with a price, what are they doing? They're taking out their phones. They start Googling. Okay, how much the Porty in other brand? How much the Porty if I buy in the supermarket? And when they actually find the price of the Porty, what they'll find? Oh, Atmi Porty, $40. It's a bit expensive. But what do we need to empathize? For you buying the Porty from elsewhere, you need to drink 34 cups a day, 34 tea bags of the Porty to be equaled with the one sachet of Atmi Porty. We need to make them understand you cannot really compare Atmi Porty with any of the Porty that you are buying in the retail market because the content, the amount of the content is different. Amount of Porty inside of the sachet is different. In order for them to have a same amount of garlic acid, see, and those are key terms we need to understand. So when it comes to pomegranate, it's ellagic acid, and when it comes to Porty, it's garlic acid. So in order for them to same amount of garlic acid as Atmi Porty, they need to drink 34 cups a day. So usually when I mention those numbers, that's when people goes, really? Wow. Okay, then maybe I should give it a try. Oh, maybe that explains why Atmi, the Porty, it's a higher price. I mean, it seems like a higher price than ours, but when they calculated 34 cups a day, how many tea bags they need to purchase? They say, oh, okay, 39 for a month. It's not that much. So benefit of the Porty, when you go to Atmi Canada website, that's not like one common question that I usually get. How come Atmi Canada doesn't really show any benefits of the Porty? And it doesn't even say it's a slim tea because if I buy, I think I showed you already that if I purchase Porty from other global branches, or Atmi Korea, it will say slim tea. You also indicate the name slim tea. But when you purchase from Atmi Canada, the box itself is like this. It doesn't mention even the word, the slim, because in Canada, it's under the food category. That's why they could not really define any of the functions. But Porty, the main reason Atmi introduced it for the weight loss. By taking Porty, the garlic acid, what we'll do, it will burn, it will melt down the body fat in our body. But what common mistake that people are having with the Porty, they think, okay, I can eat, I don't need to exercise, the Porty is going to help me to lose weight. But in order for you to accelerate the weight loss process, if you can maintain or if you can kind of reduce the amount of the calories or food you're consuming and add an exercise, then you will notice that there is a difference in your body shape and your weight. Personally, for me, for Peter, he also mentioned, and Christine, that's what the Christine also, they both mentioned that they have noticed in the weight loss when they scale themselves, they saw the difference in terms of scale. But for me, there's no number change. But when I wear clothes, the high clothes, that's when I notice a difference. So maybe because I exercise, I gain muscle weight. That's why even though I lose weight with the Porty, there's no difference in terms of weight. But in terms of the silhouette, there is a huge difference with the Porty. Right? So Porty promotes weight loss, improve cholesterol. That's one information also indicated in Atmi Korea website. So people who has a cholesterol issue, I think I mentioned it, even the person who are taking Hemohim didn't really change in the cholesterol level. But when she started taking Porty and when she went for a doctor for a checkup, that's when the doctor said, what have you been doing? What did you add it? I mean, there's a difference in your cholesterol level. And she noticed it. She started drinking Porty for 2 months. Right? So when we listen to our consumers, we'll be able to hear their health issues. And if you hear the word cholesterol, okay, the Porty is a one product that we'll be able to introduce, right? And cleans toxins and free radicals. Instagram, yes, Instagram or Facebook, it's a great way for us to get new product information, and we can see how other people are using our product. I usually mention that in 500 milliliter water bottle, you put the Porty in a room temperature water, you put the Porty, try to add 2 or 3 sachets of vitamin C. Try that. I saw it from one person's Instagram. I was like, oh, really? Okay, I never thought of that because I added something else, and I think I added what did I add? The probiotic, but it wasn't that nice. So I was drinking only with the Porty, but Porty with the vitamin C. Tastes not bad. When I mention 500 milliliter water bottle, usually our tumbler, our Atomy Sleep Buddy tumbler, right? It's perfect. I don't know why Atomy stopped selling those. Oh, yes, that's what Maddie's holding right now. It's perfect to shake everything in there. Yes, yes. So cleans toxins and the free radicals. So this is the part what the person who posted was focusing on, right? So vitamin C adding with the sport tea, they introduced it as detox. So drinking like that every day in the morning, so it will help to detox because there are so many different types of detox drinks. So that's how they introduced Atomy the Port Tea. So actually, when I tried it, 3 was a bit too sour, but when I added 2 vitamin C with the Port Tea, actually it actually tastes like some types of drink which I buy from elsewhere. Good way to give it a try. See, prevents a cancer. See, this one prevents a cancer, and with a pomegranate actually helps with the prostate cancer too, right? So like I mentioned, the pomegranate, it's not only for ladies, it's also for gentlemen, and it prevents illness. So for us taking Hemohim, like pomegranate or Port Tea, it really protecting us not to get sick or not to age. Our like cells in our body, it's rejuvenate all the time. Many people like, okay, probiotic. Yes, there's so many different types of probiotic, but why ask me probiotic? Why? I usually mention because I cannot really go in detail in terms of like a medical side of it, right? And even though I go, like consumers would not understand, but only thing that I really focus on the number of different lactobacilli that we actually have. And other than that, another key point is this part. I mentioned about this when we had a product info session that when you open up probiotic, it's a powder form, but each particle, right? The powder particle itself, it's double coated. It's not just ordinary powder; it's double coated. So it's here primary coating and secondary coating, and this is the information I didn't get from Atomy because this technology it's from Roselle company in Canada. They're specializing in probiotic. This technology, it's from Roselle. So which means it's not purely made in Coma B&H. They also got this technology from Roselle. And this information, they got this ProBio cap. You can just Google about it. Roselle ProBio cap, you will be able to get this information. And this same information is posted at Atomy Korea website. They indicated this special capsulization is from Roselle company in Canada, right? So what's the benefit of double coating? Most of the probiotic, if you're not really checking, yes, they will say we have a 3 billion or 300 billion. They will say different number of lactobacilli inside a probiotic, but really depends how they finish the powder capsules. Once it goes into our body, half of them will die because of the acids in our body. Not all the live bacteria will reach our gut. But since it's double coated, it says here, destroying and protecting lactobacilli from heat, humidity, and the stomach acid and pressure. So that's why Atomy probiotic doesn't really need to be stored in the refrigerator, because that's the one question that we usually get. Oh, Eric, there's a special probiotic really need to be stored in a refrigerator. There's a special direction, but Atomy probiotic, yes, we're not going to put it under the sunlight, but as long as you put it in the room temperature, it's okay. It's not necessarily that we have to put it in a refrigerator. So that's another, if people ask you what's so special about Atomy probiotic, I usually mention double coated. That's why more number of good bacteria can really reach our gut, right? It can even stay alive in the acid.